Hey everyone, and welcome to Yoga with Adriene. I'm Adriene, and today we have an awesome Heart Chakra for Beginners practice. This is an amazing little ditty for anyone who's wanting to open up, not so much here or here, but right here. Hop into something comfy and let's get started. Party people, let's begin in a nice comfortable seat. Sit up nice and tall, Sukhasana. So this practice is going to move a little swift, but that's all the more reason for you to really just drop the baggage, drop whatever you're arriving with, and let's see if we can kind of empty our cup so we can fill it up with a little conscious love. Close your eyes and just use the sound of my voice to guide you here as you sit up nice and tall. Trust me, trust yourself, trust the video. And begin to lift your heart space or your sternum. Just to lift the chest a little bit higher. And then notice how the body reacts to that lift in the heart. Maybe you change the positioning of your arms. Maybe you deepen your breath. Maybe you notice you're clenching your jaw or your glutes. And then come to stillness here. And take a deep breath in, head over heart, heart over pelvis, spine nice and long. And then exhale out. And then inhale, big sip of breath. And exhale to relax the shoulders and arrive here in this moment. On your next inhale, slowly draw the hands to the heart. Anjali mudra. And then you decide what feels more awesome. Activated elbows, pressing left to right, or just a soft prayer position. So you get to decide based on how you feel today. So really present with your current narrative, current sensation. Keep breathing and just keep noticing where you're at today. And then inhale, lift the heart a little higher. And then keep it lifted as you exhale, bow the head toward the heart. So you start to get a nice stretch in the back of the neck. See if you can activate your shoulder blades, bring them together. Keep the upper, got really zenned out there, sorry. The upper body kind of activated and the chest lifted. And again, getting that nice big stretch through the back of the head, the neck, the shoulders. And then just breathe here, enjoying the stretch. Or if you'd like to add a little extra love, set a little intention here for yourself. What do you want to get out of this practice? Why are you here? What's going on? What's going on? And then a lot of you have heard me say this before, but what if your breath or your spirit? So when we think of the breath as spirit, Benji knows what's up. It kind of takes the hard task of breathing deep in yoga out, and it just makes it a little nicer, I think. A nicer way to think about moving with your breath, tapping into your breath, move with your spirit, tap into your spirit. This is your me time, right? Awesome. Then slowly lift the head, head over heart, heart over pelvis. Open the eyes if they are not open already. Bat the eyelashes. And then we're going to slowly come forward. Lead with your heart. So send your fingertips forward, but let your heart lead the way. So heart's going to lift forward. We're going to keep the heart open, chest open as we come to all fours. You're going to back the truck up a little. Walk the wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hip points. And then the whole while long. So big heart openers are great, but you can keep this awareness of heart space, heart chakra, without the big, big gestures and with these subtle body gestures as well. So we're going to start here on all fours. Draw the navel up to lengthen through the lower back. And then if the upper back body's collapsing, see if you can send the shoulder blades left to right, press out of your yoga mat. And again, we open up through the chest, the heart. Send your gaze slightly forward. We're going to curl the toes under. Inhale, lift the knees. Exhale, lower the knees. See if you can keep the heart lifted the whole time, chest open and wide. Inhale, lift the knees. Claw through the fingertips. Exhale, lower. One more time, inhale, lift. Just lighting a little fire, and exhale, lower. Awesome. Press into the tops of the feet. And here we go. Drop the belly down low. Open the chest. Exhale, round through. Navel draws up. Big rainbow in the spine. Claw through the fingertips. And then heart chakra today. So how you move is everything. It totally affects how you feel, the sensation, the feedback you receive. So cat-cow is what we've established. But see if you can do it from your heart, with your spirit, move with your breath. And if you're like, well, I have no idea what the hell that means, Adriene, then think about what kind of flavor feels good today. Oh my God. Think about what rasa feels good. Hard edges, really structured movement, or maybe for you today, it'd be nice to break free of that a little bit and find soft, more sensual even movement. Go in there. Or just, you know, come off the railroad tracks, stretch muscles that are tight. So everyone speaks a different language, right? And I'm obviously not going to speak everyone's language on the money every time. So I'm speaking to a lot of different people, a wide audience. So I think it's really important and a really good opportunity for you to find a vocabulary that works for you. So you have the structure of cat-cow. See if you can make it your own. And really, this is what heart chakra is all about too. Creating an intimate experience. And that intimate experience starts with the self. So a lot of times we look to others to have an intimate experience, but really, the ultimate intimacy is the one that you create right here. All right, send it back now. We're gonna curl the toes under, send the hips back, and walk the fingertips forward. And drop the elbows first, and then the chest. Feel this nice lengthening through the side body. We start to open up through the chest, the heart. Just a little anahata asa variation here, heart to earth pose. But we're keeping the bum down, just getting a nice stretch through the soles of the feet. Awesome. Take one more breath here. If you want, you can lift the wrists, get a little deeper stretch in the shoulders, the chest. And then here we go again, lead with your heart. So you're going to tug the hands back slowly, press into the elbows. You're going to lead with the heart, come all the way forward onto your belly. So hips drop, we press into the tops of the feet, then walk your elbows right underneath your shoulders. Keep tugging a little energy back with the hands. And then we start to open up through the chest here. Long puppy belly, long torso. Mindfulness through the toes, through the feet. Sphinx pose. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, just hug the lower ribs in just a hair here. Let's try that again. Inhale, open the chest. And exhale, hug the lower ribs in. So the thing is, when we're working with chakras, or if you're not really into chakras and you're just thinking about energy, a healthy flow of energy, you want to think of the spine as this nice, clear pathway for the energy to flow. So if you're clenching in the neck here, can that energy flow to your crown? So tuck the chin slightly. Breathing deep, also getting a nice little wake-up call, toning the biceps, the shoulders, the upper back body. Beautiful. Then keep the hands where they are, elbows where they are. Forearms are parallel, okay? So they're not coming in or out. So check your hands first, check your foundation, and curl the toes under. Try to keep your heart and chest open for all of this. Inhale, smile. And then exhale. Press into your, claw through the fingertips, press into your hands, press into your elbows, and lift the hips up high. So you're not really digging in your knees. You're moving from your center of gravity, from your core. And then this time we're going to come to Anahata Asana with the bum up And we're going to lift the hip creases and get a deeper stretch as you lean back. So we also call this puppy posture. If the forehead can come to the ground, go ahead and let it. Breathe deep. Big heart opener here. So again, doesn't always have to be wheel pose or camel. And if you are interested in wheel or camel, those poses you can find a little deeper heart openers in the 7-day chakra series. But I think this is important too. Find it in the subtle body movement as well. Breathe here. One more inhale and exhale. One more cycle of breath. Great. Then hug the lower ribs in. From your center, from your core, start to lift up. Walk the hands underneath the shoulders and knees underneath the hip points. Great. Now we're going to bring the big toes together. And we're going to take the right hand. Actually, let's bring the knees as wide as the mat. We're going to take the right hand and we're going to reach it all the way up towards the sky. And then exhale. Find a little vinyasa, a little flow as you send it under the bridge of the left arm. Breathe out here and then inhale, reach for the sky. And exhale, thread the needle. And then once you get an idea of the structure, you can really make it your own. You can curl the toes under. Maybe you bring the knees back underneath your hip points. Or maybe you keep them nice and wide, moving at a nice, slow and steady pace. And again, see what flavor feels best if we're focusing on the heart space today. A rigid, kind of structured, get her done movement, or can we find a little softness? Dare I say, a little femininity. And then we'll bring it back to center. And we'll take it to the other side and same thing, opening up through the chest as you inhale, and then finding an exhale as you thread the needle. Moving, letting your heart lead the way, moving from a place of connect. So whatever that means to you. Yeah, noticing how this side is different. Woo, right side, left side. And then just a reminder that we all have masculine and feminine in us, this movement. So in case anyone was like, oh, I don't know how to do that type of movement. We all have that type of energy. And really chakra work, even if you don't believe in chakras, any energy work is about balancing those two energetic qualities. The masculine, the feminine, the sun, the moon, the light, the dark. Come back to center. Let's bring the knees underneath us. And we're going to curl the toes under and just send it up to a nice down dog. You're doing great. Take a deep breath in here. And as you exhale, bend your knees, bring your belly to the tops of your thighs and let your heart back. Oh yeah, and then let any sounds that want to come out here, if any, just in case, let them come out. Maybe it's a sigh, maybe it's a maybe it's a curse you, Adriene. Just whatever comes out here, I want you to see if you can let it. And if it is a little emotional, I got your back. Breathe deep. You'd be surprised. We really move in a way that is connected to the energetic body, to the feelings we carry in our emotional body as well. You'd be surprised what comes out. All right, take one more breath in here. You're doing awesome. And then exhale, slowly bring the knees together and then send the hips back. Fingertips reach towards the toes for a traditional child's pose. Now, traditional child's pose is just not your jam. You can maybe do a meditation sit or any other situation where you can just rest your heart and your soul for a second. And then take a second to listen to the sound of your breath and to really soften the upper back body. So your heart space isn't just in the center of your chest, but also consider it in the center of the back body, right behind. The figurative heart space, I should say. Close your eyes. Notice where you're gripping and you're holding. Inhale lots of love in. And exhale lots of love out. Maybe you're just now finally dropping into the practice. It's awesome. Welcome to the club. It takes forever sometimes. Sometimes it takes years, 7 years, 10 years. You're doing great. Inhale lots of love in. Close your eyes. And exhale, let everything go. Lovely. Let's reach the fingertips forward. Come back to all fours. You're going to bring the hips up high to downward facing dog. Take your time. Hips up high. Heart melts back. Again, keep clawing through the fingertips. And then when you're ready, you're going to inhale, lift the right leg up high, nice and slow. Exhale, squeeze everything in towards the center. So you're going to shift forward, upper body's in plank, knee towards the nose, rounding through. Figurative heart space lifts up here. Breathe deep. Sweet. And then step the right foot up and lower the left knee down. Front knee over front ankle. Take your time. Gather your bearings. Squeeze inner thighs to the midline. And then when you're ready, reach the fingertips forward, up and back. So go ahead and really press into that front foot. Come up out of the pose. And then you can sink back in. Find your crescent. Yogi's choice. Back toes can stay curled under, or I like to press into the top of the foot. Really gives me a little root foundation to lift up from. Oh, and then we're here. Lift your heart. Lengthen tailbone down. And then take responsibility for your vibe here. The pose is one thing, but how you exist in the pose is everything. And so many of us have come to this shape before, but see, how can you support your heart space, your spirit? Breathe deep. Maybe wrap the shoulder blades around, lift up through the sternum. Core strengthening, so navel draws in and up. That's that third chakra supporting your heart space. And then maybe if you're feeling brave, you carve a line with the nose and look up, sink a little deeper into the hips. Breathe in. Great, then exhale, rain the fingertips down, nice and easy. Left hand comes to the earth, and back knee can stay down, or you can curl the toes under and lift. We're just gonna take a nice, easy twist to the right, reach the right fingertips up. One breath here, inhale, lift the hips up high, and then exhale, soften, release everything down. Beautiful, check it out. Press into the palms. We're going to slowly go back to that three-legged dog. So lift the back knee. Inhale. Right leg goes all the way up. Three-legged dog. And exhale to lower it down. Second side. Anchor the right heel. Inhale. Lift the left leg up high. Breathe deep. Here we go. Exhale. Knee to nose. Carve a line with the left knee. Look forward. Got into it. Knee to nose. Lift your heart space up, 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 up. Claw through the fingertips. Great. Then step it all the way up. Gently lower the right knee down. You're doing awesome. Stick with me. Breathe deep. Front knee over front ankle. Then squeeze everything in the midline. And when you're ready, here we go. Reaching fingertips forward, up and back. So again, a lot of times we just kind of come into the pose, want to nail the pose. And I still do that sometimes. I still catch myself. So I'm not trying to call anyone out here. Just like we have to kind of ask yourself, why am I doing this movement? What am I figuring out? What am I learning in this shape? So you don't have to hold the pose. Take your time getting there. And then within it, how can I support my heart space even more here? And then you know what the funny thing is? When you start working in that way, that's when the pose starts to really blossom. When you start to feel like, oh, I'm not fitting myself into this shape, but rather letting it unfold and really come out of me. Breathe deep. Lift the chest. Maybe you look up. Maybe you discover something new. Maybe take Wu-Tang. And then release everything down. Back knee stays lowered or lifted. Yogi's choice. Big twist to the left. Inhale. Reach for the sky. Open your chest. Lift your hips. And then exhale. Bring it down. Awesome. Claw through the fingertips. Here we go. Left leg up high. Three-legged dog. Breathe in. Take pressure out of the wrists. And then exhale. Left foot to the ground. Awesome. Inhale. Lift the hips up high. Exhale. Bend the knees. Belly towards the thighs. Breathe out. Maybe lion's breath. Tongue out. One more time. Big inhale. Drop the heels. And then exhale, belly toward the thighs, bend the knees, let something go. Fabulous. Slowly lower to the knees. We're going to swing the legs to one side. We're going to come all the way onto our backs. Nice and slow. Breathe deep in your transition. Walk the heels up towards your bum, so feet flat on the ground. Knees are in line with the hip points. You're going to use the earth here, so press the palms into the ground. And here we go, big inhale to lift the hips up high. Nice and slow. Send your shins forward. You can walk the shoulder blades underneath your heart space here. Breathing deep. Again, shins forward. And then notice if you kind of stop at where you think, oh, I've hit my appropriate edge in the pose. And then that's when the pose really begins. So maybe you interlace the fingertips. See if you can find that support. So stay really active and gracious within this shape. Engage the inner thighs. And gracious for the experience as you lift the chest or the heart to the chin, and then the chin to the sky. One more time with that action. Chest to the chin, and chin to the sky. Should feel awesome. Big breath. And on an exhale, we'll slowly release the hands, and then slowly, I just saw a big hawk fly. Release the back. And then you're going to take your feet together, soles of the feet together, knees wide. Bring your left hand to your heart and your right hand to your belly. Close your eyes and listen to the sound of your breath. Notice where your thoughts have gone and return to the sound of your breath. And then press into the feet, bring your knees all the way up. Hug the knees into the chest. Inhale in and exhale. Lift the nose up, bring it toward the knees. Doesn't have to come close, just the intention of toward. You might grab the feet, you might hold on to the knees, anything in between. And then when you're ready, slowly release. Extend one leg out, then the other. And allow your arms to come gently down at your sides. So in the new chakra series on the membership, we end every practice in a meditation pose so that you can sit and meditate. So if that's something that interests you, you might check that out. Snuggle the shoulder blades underneath your heart space. And we're going to bring the index finger to the thumb today. Find a soft little connection of index finger and thumb. Snuggle your shoulder blades underneath your heart space one last time. And then this is a heart opener here. Take a deep breath in. And exhale to relax everything. Stay here for as long as time allows. Or slowly you'll come to a fetal position and press your way up to a nice meditation seat. Or if you have to boogie, have an amazing day. See if you can keep your heart lifted and supported with grace and ease for the rest of your day. Thanks for sharing your time and your energy with me and all the other people practicing around the world. You guys are my heroes. Namaste.